Yesterday, as usual, I was scrolling on YouTube and found something very interesting. A Naat clip of Sami Yusuf singing an Islamic heartwarming song which flattered me. But he used lots of instruments, object. Why do you think Sami Yusuf, being a religious person, he chased his career in music? Well, everyone has their own story to tell. Okay, before we judge him, let's just begin his story. Well, he was born in Iran, but at the age of 3, due to World War issues, he and his family emigrated to London. Growing up there, he showed much interest in music. In fact, his father was a music teacher and a mother who has Azeri instruments. Both the parents encouraged his son to pursue music. That doesn't mean that he wasn't religious. He was always been spiritual. To talk about his school life, for him, school days was really tough. Kids would often call him a piano boy or a middle-class white guy, judging him based on his religious. When he attained 12 years old, he felt so confident to play in front of grandparents who are incredibly talented and very influential people. But somewhere he realized that involvement in music like piano, violin almost made him forget his faith. So at the age of 16, he reconnected with Islamic faith through religious awakening. Very impressive. I mean, in this young age, he took Islamic faith very seriously. I have seen lots of people here where Islamic education is spoon-fed to them, but still they don't care. But here, this young kid standing for his faith is very good sign. Anyway, after he finished his secondary high school studies, he got a place at Royal Academy of Music, but the environment wasn't suitable for him, so he left within 6 months. After that, he went to music production. At the age of 21, he worked as a producer and a demo worker for singers. One day, once while demo recording for another singer, he became aware of his own singing ability. That's where he started his music career. He never thought he would be a singer. At the age of 23, he self-produced and released his first debut in Islamic album, Al-Muallim. It is a song based on love, peace, mercy and tolerance. And then something happened unexpected. It achieved its high level of success with 2 million sold copies, and he quickly became something of a role model among young Muslims. That doesn't mean that he was a perfect singer in the eyes of people. He had criticism also. Some says that there is no place for music in Islam, and others say if those music make you feel good and remembrance of Allah, then that is fine to be heard. To be honest, it's still not clear among Muslims whether Islamic music is allowed or not. He believed that people experience some kind of spirituality who come to his concert. He don't sing sex, drugs or rock and roll. His songs mainly focus on healing, kindness and spirituality for the people who lack direction and ambition in their life. I mean, yeah, just imagine a sexy video playing 1 minute and then next you had someone singing about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For the first time, people were watching a religious song on mainstream. It's a big thing in Islamic culture. For him, it doesn't matter what he became or what he is now, but the best time he would ever experience in his life is the time when he is close to Allah. He never stopped believing. After gaining popularity, fame, money, he was more willing to lend, to help needy, to donate, to save children's organization, because he always believed that my faith, Islam, teaches us that nothing is mine. I want to use all the valuable for good for humanity. Buying luxurious doesn't help to grow or be a better person. Now he is 40 years old, who inspired millions of people with his naat and lyrics. He is also a producer and a recorder. At last, I wanted to tell you guys only one thing, that there are a lot of people in this world who reverted just by listening to naat or nasheed, including Muslims who are far from Allah. I heard lots of incidents like non-Muslims accidentally hears nasheeds and stick onto it, which made them to learn about Islam. Then they moved to Quran and researched on it, finally becoming a practiced Muslim. Isn't it great? As you all know, no matter how many steps you are far from Allah, it might be million or billions. It only takes one step to go back to Allah. So, whenever you are sad or being depressed or trapped in a worrying situation, just remember, worry ends when faith begins. So, what's your story?